welcome to this mock interview sessions. First of all, thanks for accepting this. So I'll try to decode in different ways how real-time interviews are gonna happen. So I think this is our second mock interview, and I believe you got better idea how to tackle interviews in the first mock interview and first project call. So yeah, so let's begin this interview. Can you just brief me about your background, Hariharan?
Yeah, sure, Bharat. First of all, thank you for this opportunity. Yeah, so my name is Hariharan. I completed my Bachelor's of Engineering in Chennai in year of 2021. After that, I worked in Accenture with close to 2 years of experience as a Power BI analyst. So, where my primary skills include SQL and yeah, visualization tools like Power BI. So, after that, like my roles and responsibility right away starts from gathering requirements and delivering the reports to based on businesses and publishing the dashboards to the end user. So now I'm excited to bring my skills and experience to the dynamic and growth rate company where I can continue to grow my career as a Power BI developer and or a data analyst.
Got it. Good. So, can you just rate the following skill set, like how much you can rate on Power BI on a scale of 1 to 10?
SQL I rate myself around 7 to 7.5. Power BI nearly 8 to 8.5.
Okay, cool. So, what is your primary tool in your daily routine?
Primary tool like for example pre-aggregating data validation we will use SQL.
Mm-hmm.
For dashboard creation report development we use Power BI.
Yeah, in which like most of your time goes in which tool?
Most of times in Power BI work mostly.
Oh, okay, got it. So, okay, so let me decode in Microsoft Power BI first, then I'll move to the SQL.
Sure.
Okay, so are you familiar with DAX?
Yeah,
Okay, so can you just let me know what kind of a time intelligence functions you have used in your project?
yeah, sure, Bharat. So time intelligence basically allows the business unit to compare the current data with the previous time period. So basically, we in the reports in real time scenarios we done uh, total YTD and likewise total YTD, total MTD like kind of DAXs. Then we use same period last year to calculate the year over year performances. Then if needed, we include some of the date in period, parallel period like that.
Okay, so one suggestion, see, when your answer is almost correct, but when you're answering in the interview, what you have to do, 70% of the time you're looking like this, you're looking like this, you're looking like this, and like only 30% of
Mm.
the time you're looking to the screen.
Mm.
So, and the recruiter, I am as a recruiter, I'm only looking to you, right, in this interview. So,
Mm.
you can recollect your answers in your mind, but look forward to the camera and deliver your answer. Okay.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
I am just observing like almost 70% of the time you are looking, outside the camera and delivering the answer.
So not focusing on
Exactly.
camera.
So, which creates an impact that you are, not so confident in delivering, face to face. You're looking somewhere.
Oh,
Okay. But how much technically you are strong, but this creates a gap there.
yeah,
Okay, understood?
yeah, yeah. So
Perfect.
impression is first,
Yes, yes, yes. Good. Okay. So, what is your understanding on this data modeling? Like, what kind of a schemas you have developed in your project?
yeah, but so in Accenture we worked on a retail project. So we built the star schema. So like we have a fact table and a dimension tables. So we have centralized fact table sales and the dimension tables include like product, inventory, returns, and customer details. So the cardinality is one to many. So in this we develop the models, then we go around the reports.
Okay, what is your source of your data?
SQL Server.
SQL Server. So, from there you are importing into Power BI. So,
Yeah.
what kind of an import mode or a direct query mode or a live connection? Which kind of a mode you have used to bring your data?
One of the scenarios mostly we use import mode, Bharat. So during import mode, we pull the data by creating the views.
Have you worked with direct query and live?
I didn't work, but I know the concepts of direct query and live connection.
Okay, okay. So, what is your data source size?
Data source size is basically Bharat, like Power BI PBX file size. Are you asking or?
Okay. So see, this is again a common question you will be getting. Data source size is one of the aspect, and your Power BI size is one of the aspect, and data model size is one of the aspect. So your data source may be coming from SQL Server, okay, and entire cleaning and everything is doing in the SQL Server source itself. So you'll be getting the model size there. And anyway, the structured data you are bringing into Power BI and you do the modeling, you do this connections, you do this DAX, reporting, everything. That is the end final Power BI file size. Okay, so your model size is one, Power BI size is one. Another size could be the number of rows, number of columns of your data. Okay, so with these parameters, again, reframe your answer. What is your data source size? I mean, what kind of a data size you have used in your project?
So basically, our report size consists of around 500 to 700 MB.
500 to 700 MB. Your Power BI file size.
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay, next. Okay.
Yeah, but so this is why we used to create a report. Then, if we needed, we all can optimize the reports.
Okay, good. So one thing you have to address in this question is the size of your data. It could be like number of rows. What is the number of maximum rows available in maybe in your fact table? Okay, example, your fact table contain like 10 million rows or only 1 million rows or
10 to
only 5
15
million
lakhs.
or like in millions. You can mention in millions in the interview. So you can just go through your project, understand how many millions of rows your project is having, just address that. So which creates again an impact whether you are really worked with large volume of data or a mid-level volume of data or a small scale volume of data. So the mid-level volume could be maximum, it is in the range of 50 million, like 10 million to 50 million. If the large scale volume, it crosses a 50 million rows of data in the fact. Okay, and small scale projects
So I
could be
just
less
said
than.
like start with rows and next size, MB size.
Yes, correct. Okay. Okay. Now, you added about the schemas, right? So you mentioned that you have a star schema in your project and the cardinality is one too many. Okay. Now let me ask you another scenario. Let's say I believe most of the scenarios you won't be getting this one too many, right? So, but in there was a situation you have your model is showing many to many when you are connecting the tables together. So how do you avoid this and why do we need to eliminate this many to many?
Yeah, good question, Bharat. So basically, Power BI detects many to many due to duplicate values in the column.
Mhm.
You know, in Power BI, like for example, if we having the two columns,
Mhm.
by joining by common column, any duplicate values is there means Power BI will defaultly show the many to many relationship. So we can create a bits to bits table and removing the duplicates. We create an end-to-end bits table and connecting this two tables by one to many. So by this we can solve this many to many relationship.
Acha. Okay. Got it. So you're gonna create this bridge table to eliminate the many to many relationship. Have you worked in this scenario when you faced?
Yeah, mostly we don't prefer many to many, Bharat. So we will follow the one to many, or if needed, like one to one, some of the tables.
Okay. A small reminder again, reminder too. So again, you are looking 70% of the time outside of the screen. So look carefully to the recruiter, which creates again a
Yeah.
positive impact. Okay. Don't look there, there, there. One time is fine, but in every answer, like most of your expressions going out. Okay.
Yeah, but daily, for example, I'm thinking and
Correct, correct. That should be learned, right? It's a mock interview, right? So while
yeah,
as I
during Accenture time I attend the interview.
mm,
So last time I told you right, last week I attended Gen statement. So they didn't they cam on the camera. So they
okay.
off the camera and
Most interviews, 99% interviews ask you to switch on the camera. Okay.
no. For example, you turning on the camera as a recruiter. Last week
Recruiter,
they turned off.
see, this is a mock interview. I switched on my camera, right? So you have to look into my facial
Mm.
one to one. But in real time interviews, you have to switch on your camera. The recruiter will not switch on their camera. It's optional for them. So even if they switch on or switch off, you focus only on the screen.
Mm.
It is difficult because 30 minutes, 45 minutes, if we are speaking just with a laptop, it is difficult, right? But however, that's a practice you have to obey.
Yeah, so basically after Accenture, this is the first interview by like
Okay.
recruiter turning on the camera. So
Okay.
let's just thinking
No worries.
and
Just a suggestion, just focus on it. Okay.
mm.
Cool. Okay, what kind of a Power Query transmissions you have used in your project?
So, yeah, Bharat. So after doing this model and improving the model scalability, so we doing the Power Query by creating the calculated columns. Before that, we do the mergers of the columns if we needed, and joining the tables if we needed, filter and aggregating the tables. So these are the main Power Query transformations. So basically, we do source level transformations mainly. Secondarily, if needed, we do small kind of transformations in Power Query.
Okay, so what is the difference between this merge and append in the Power Query?
Yeah, merge is like join, Bharat. So basically we can join with the common column. So
Mhm.
append is like union, like stacking the rows together.
Okay. Okay. For example, you have a month level of January data, and February, like you have another month of data, and March you have month of data. Both the three files are available in different sheets. Okay, but you wanted to consolidate one master sheet. So in that situation, you can import all the three files into Power Query. Then you have used this, append function in the Power Query. Then you added all three, in a sequence of data and created a month, 3 months into one sheet as a master data. Then you started your actual Power Query transmissions or other aspect of your rules. So add business related examples mostly. Now I
Scenarios
understood.
example.
Now I understood difference between theoretically it's fine, merge append it's fine,
Mm.
but give some examples so
So
that
for example, we should tell a short definition and give
correct.
a real time
Because
example.
I was
Start
waiting.
with real time.
Correct. I was waiting. Firstly, you told about the definition and you
Mm.
stopped it, right? After definition you can tell, okay, this was one of the scenario. But if the time it's not permitted more for you, then you directly, for every question, you directly bring out scenario, and you, if you know that concept very well, then directly tackle with the scenarios.
So January says like
jan feb
February actual
month
report.
jan feb march april, you have 4 months of sheets available in different sheets you will be getting from the client, right? Every month. So you can use this append, and you can merge, you can append all these things, layer by layer, and you can create a master sheet. Okay.
So this is why I should tell real time scenario.
Correct. Okay. See, it is not possible that we have to work in all the scenarios, right? So you may be in one of the project, only you will be focused on those project aspect. But there are certain questions in the interview which don't even know for you. So it is totally acceptable. But we as a recruiter, we will try to think from a candidate, okay, how he is able to tackle that. What is his problem solving approach? Okay, so those things we can able to check.
You're telling maximum you have to bring out whenever the real time scenarios is possible.
Correct, correct. Okay. Okay, so I could see in your resume, you mentioned this, clients KPIs like OT percentage, IF percentage, OT IF service level metrics, right? Can you brief what is those metrics in the supply chain?
Yeah, sure, Bharat. So basically, in my gap period, so I done some freelance projects to some of the clients in LinkedIn. So basically, the project objective is Atlic Mod is like a retail client, Bharat. So the financial supply chain team having the delivery issues for the customers. So the customers are renewing their contract.
Hmm.
So I'm a data analyst in supply chain in Atleast to create this on time. OT means on time delivery percentage. OTIF means on time in sorry, on time in full quantity percentage. So these are the metrics by tracking whether the products reach to the customers in time in full quantity. So we tracking these key metrics by the cities, by the years, by the time period. So we delivering the reports to the Atlic mod. So these are the key metrics.
Okay, cool. So what is a DAX measure or a business formula you have used for this OT percentage? Can you just decode that to me?
So OT percentage, for example, we have a order line, order number kind of DAXs, kind of tables. So we create like first we have a numerator and denominator. We will calculate the denominator first. So on time delivery by total orders.
Okay.
So first we create a measure column in the Power BI report. Then numerator denominator. Then we use both numerator and denominator in particular KPIs, the important KPIs.
Okay. So are you familiar with variables in DAX?
Yeah, I know the concept, Bharat. So we, for example, I didn't work on multiple complex DAXs, but in some of YouTube I research, like they creating the variables of numerator, denominator. So I know the concept, but I didn't use it
Okay.
widely.
So don't mention the term called YouTube. So what you can strategically put is, I have gone through the Power BI documentation, Power BI articles when I'm exploring to learn more DAX concepts. There I found this variable concept. So it is a container where it will store the DAX formula so that it can be reused multiple times without writing again and again from the beginning.
Yeah, in the YouTube also one of the explanation you told like if I didn't know, I refer the docs documentation like that.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Okay. So
I prefer the DAX
correct.
documentation.
You prefer Power BI documentation. In the Power BI documentation, you will get everything. So in the Power BI documentation, one of the concept called DAX segment. In the DAX segment, I have gone through this variable.
If I stuck in the scenario, I will see
Exactly.
these.
You can at least touch up, cover your. Well, if you don't know, at least use this pointer. Okay. But unless you know that variable concept, then you can. If you not work,
Yeah,
but
I will note down
theoretically at least. Okay, that
some
is
of the
needed.
points so I can after
Correct.
interview.
Okay. Perfect. So, what do you mean by this ad hoc analysis? You work with only ad hoc analysis, or you work with scratch level projects?
So during my internship, like one while creating a report, Bharat, so if other one like is basically a quick reporting, flexible reporting analysis. For example, if the managers asking us to show the sales for the particular products in the particular period,
Okay.
so we need to write the SQL query suddenly and creating the dashboard for the particular thing. So this
Mm-hmm.
is kind of quick analysis.
Okay, got it. So have you ever worked with all DAX function?
Yes, Bharat. So basically, all DAX what is done is remove all the filters or slices in the report.
Mm-hmm.
Ignores all the filters and slices. For
Oh,
X scenarios, we calculating the total sales. If you click any filters slices, it will ignore.
okay. What do you mean by this all except?
Uh, all export.
Except.
So all expert DAX is similar to all. But for example, if you having any year columns, year slices in Power BI page,
Mm-hmm.
so you should it will all expert only respect that any specific column like
Okay.
year or product. So it can be useful in these ways.
Okay. So you do all these data transformations at the source level. So you do that, or you have any team will be doing it?
Yeah, but during POC, we have collaborated with the database team.
Mm-hmm.
So we will create like cleaning the table. If we create a summarized tables if we needed, with data engineering team, we will do some of the source level.
Okay. What kind of a data sources so far you connected in your experience?
I created MS SQL server,
Mm-hmm.
and in the internship and some of freelance projects, they will share in SharePoint and MS Excel.
Okay. Cool. Have you ever worked with any cloud?
I know the concepts of Snowflake. Basically, we use TSQL. So they have different some of the concepts like scalability and all. But like I know some like to work on a Snowflake by daily go through the concepts.
Okay. Got it. So have you ever faced any issues with respect to the performance in your Power BI dashboard development?
Yeah, but it's basically so one of the common scenarios, the questions will arise how we can improve the Power BI report performance and optimize. So firstly, we can aggregate the data sources by source level or in a Power BI like removing the unnecessary columns. Then we optimize the model by choosing the star schemas and one-to-many cardinalities. Then we can use measures instead of calculated columns to optimize the storage performance. Then we use query folding mainly in the Power Query. So push the transformation to the source. Then we use incremental refresh, which refreshes only the last 6 months kind of example scenarios. Then we can limit the visuals per page. This also improve your dashboard performance. Then basically we can turn off the time and date of, for example, time and date time options off in the Power BI settings. So a lot of things we can do, but mainly these things we have done to reload the report by less time, like 15 seconds to 5 seconds.
Okay, got it. Very good. Slight suggestion or a modification what you can do here. You can try to add a real-time use case because the question is, have you ever faced this situation in your project? So what you have decoded, you directly telling all these pointers, right? So you can bring out a story or you can bring out an explanation saying, yes, Bharat, there was one situation when I'm working. There was one of the Power BI file in some of the project. It is an ad hoc request. It is directly assigned to me for improving the performance. So I am completely new to that concept because I am not currently worked on that. So when I received that file with the proper details and what can be done, so the file is taking a lot of time to load all the visuals. So I understood that it is a performance issues in the Power BI. So firstly, I have prepared my own list of checkpoints to increase the performance. So we follow this best practice called checkpoints monitoring checklist. We have a checklist basically. The primary checklist, I have analyzed the data sources. So which data sources the data is coming. So and I could identify that it is coming from multiple data sources, like multiple sheets it is coming, and it is not a consolidated data source. So that is my primary checklist. So I thought of consolidating all the I not thought of, I consolidated all the data sources into one centralized data source tables, and I connected to my Power BI. And the second thing, I also looked into this query folding. It is not happening. Query fold I have attacked. And you also mentioned parameters, and the data is coming for almost 4 years of history of data. And I imported these parameters in Power BI, and only 6 months of history of records I pushed into Power BI for my transformations. So I've used parameters. Earlier the parameters were not involved in the Power BI developer. The developer who created it was not considered, but I as a developer, when it is coming to me, I have ensure that should happen. And next, when I open that report again, I have 6 pages, and each page is having almost 8 to 9 visuals, which is mostly in a cluttered way. So, which is not a best practice. So, what I have done, I have segregated all that 9 pages of dashboard into certain groupings. I created a few page navigations, and each page navigation I try to add max 4 visuals to 5 visuals with all the cards and slices. So that way, that 9 pages of the dashboard report have been eliminated into 4 pages with all the page navigations. And I also use bookmarks and page navigations to streamline my UI UX in the dashboard. And the next concept could be I also looked into this, whether this date and time scenarios have been enabled or not. So I have decoded into disabling that to avoid some heavy load on this my Power BI file. And earlier the DAX model is Snowflake schema. Because of multiple sources it is coming. Now I streamlined my DAX model into Snowflake into this star schema, because I created one centralized fact table, and the rest of the things I created like almost 5 to 6 dimensions tables. Everything is connected from one to many to my centralized fact table. And so with that, my modeling optimization is done at the first level. Second level, and source level itself, like while I'm importing the data itself, instead of importing all the needed columns, because when I open that file, most of the columns are not used in any of the charts, not used in any of the DAX functions also. So it means that the Power BI is loading almost entire data into my file, so which is not needed. So then again, I made one Excel file. What are all the fields needed for my visuals? I have marked it before start my actual development. So then I have grouped that columns, and the source level itself, I have only loaded those columns instead of loading unnecessary columns. Okay, so that way also number of columns have been eliminated, and it improved my performance. I spoke on almost 2 to 5 minutes on improving the model performance, improving the visualizations, and improving the source level and the transformations also. Almost
So
4 to 5.
All the building components you told the report optimization.
Exactly. So, and I am saying that I have worked on it by getting in my real time 2 years of an experience. I got that as a requirement from one of the issue. Then I have developed, and I worked on it. So I have taken almost 15 to 20 days of time to deliver that end product to the stakeholders. So, and I got a better appreciation from my management for the end result, where the model refresh rate is almost taking 2 hours earlier. Now it is taking under 15 minutes and the refresh time, and also all the visuals are coming in a better way, and the UI UX also have improved. Okay, so this creates a better impact in your interview. Clear? Okay,
So
have
I
you?
should also
Yeah.
for example, with short answer we can tell the answer, or like from the source to report,
Yes,
like
yes,
each
yes.
comment
Because
process.
model optimization is very, very, impact
Every time they ask the
impact
question.
creation thing, right? So if you have a proper story, proper understanding, spend more amount of time there. then the recruiter will understand you. Okay, this candidate is having some proper
Correct.
understanding of the subject, then they may hire you. Okay, cool. Have you worked with Power BI service as well?
Mm.
What kind of a license you have in Power BI service?
So basically, after development, we publish our report into the Power BI service. So where we can implement a row level security, where the regional managers, for example,
No,
our
my
project
question is what
operated.
license you used. I have not asked
Sorry.
RLS.
Sorry. So, for example, in Power BI, there is three types of licenses. Free is basically free for everyone. Then Power BI Pro, then Power BI Pro, then Power BI Premium Capacity, now migrated to Fabric, then Power BI Premium Capacity. Power BI Pro is only for developers and analysts who can manage the workspaces, collaborate with other team members, so they can develop the reports like that. So basically, Power BI Fabric Capacity is a capacity-based license. If your company is like client, they back your workspace by the premium capacity. You can share the reports to the large number of end users. Even they do not have any like pro or free license, they can able to access. Then the last part is for the premium per user. So it is a user based license
Okay.
basically.
So
So
you
it
worked
is a
with
combination of
Pro or
both.
a Premium?
I worked with pro.
Okay, that is the answer which I'm expecting. Okay, you worked with the Pro license. Okay, perfect. Cool. So you also mentioning that you also worked with RLS, right?
Yes.
Okay. So in this close to 2 years of an experience, how many dashboards you create?
So yes, but so basically, we created like 5 to 6 dashboards based on like basically sales performance is there, products performance across various categories is there, and also we include like inventory optimization dashboards. So these are the basic dashboards like standard 4.3. Then additionally, if the requirement, we created any two others.
Okay, got it. Cool. So let's move on to the SQL part. Okay. So you mentioned that you have a data